Ciao, everyone. Welcome to the Hardcore Italians podcast. We're going to be talking about the Italian American news of the week. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, a lot of sports, a little bit of March Madness, a little bit of Aaron Rodgers, a little bit about Team Italy. I want to recap their season a little bit here. And also, we got new movie featuring a couple Italian American actors, in case you haven't heard. And finally, I want to wrap it all up and just talk about Chicago Italians and a little bit about the political race here and just stuff Chicago Italians are doing. So let's get it. Andiamo. This episode today is sponsored by Nespresso. You get $40 off any machine and a free capsule. Just use our custom code UZSM4F at checkout. Thank you to everyone at Nespresso for sponsoring this podcast, and let's get into it. So Nespresso is a perfect partnership, especially for this episode, because we wanted to touch about a little bit of Italy baseball and recap their season. And I don't know if you guys saw, it was super, super viral. Everybody was talking about it, that in the dugout for Team Italy, they had an espresso machine and it went viral. Everyone was talking about it, posting about it. Everyone was laughing. I mean, it is pretty funny. Just imagine, like, they're probably hyped up. If you go take a shot on espresso and then you go up and you start hitting, I mean, they're probably energized, man. So I'm sure it works. I wish I kind of tried it when I was playing baseball growing up. That it seems like it's a smart strategy. But guys, we have an espresso machine here too. I mean, they're the best. You can make single espresso, double espresso, just regular coffee. If you don't have an espresso machine in your house, I don't know what you're doing. Again, we have a $40 off code. Highly recommend you use it. They're super easy. They come in nice little capsules, and you just plop it in, fill it up, just like almost like a Keurig, but it's better. And yeah, coffee's done in 2 seconds and it wakes you up. It really works. So highly recommend them, guys. Check them out and use our code. But speaking of Team Italy, I just really want to recap their season. Mike Piazza did a fantastic job of being their coach, Team Italy coach. And I know they lost, but they made it far. They were underdogs. They weren't supposed to make it into the quarterfinals even. No one expected it. And they played really well all around. And a lot of people, especially Team Italy, nobody is feeling disappointed after the loss. It was really a building year. They feel a lot more confident just as a country to play baseball now than in previous years, that they're just really excited for the future and what's to come, as am I. So, and also too, if you've been following the World Baseball Classic, Japan won the entire tournament. Their team was incredible. They were awesome. And Italy lost to Japan, obviously, to make it into the finals. So they did play one of the toughest team, or they did play the toughest team going into the finals. So, you got to give them credit for what they've done. They've done a fantastic job and just all around a good team. If you guys didn't watch the World Baseball Classic this year, next tournament, turn it on, watch Italy. I'm telling you, even if you're not a baseball fan, Italy's entertaining. Every time they get on base or whatever, they do the hand gesture. That's their thing. Like, they're just a bunch of Italians getting together, having a good time playing ball. It reminds me of like when I was playing baseball growing up. It's awesome. So I'm going to keep on the sports trend. March Madness is the big thing now. And if you haven't heard of Rick Pitino, he is a highly admired basketball coach in college. And he just signed a contract to be St. John's new coach. Rick Pitino is a 70-year-old Italian-American, and he's best known for taking 4 separate teams into the NCAA, with 2 of those teams, Louisville and Kentucky, being the champions. So very well-renowned coach in basketball. He just signed for St. John's. If you haven't heard, great Italian-American coach. Watch St. John's, support him, and check him out. There's a lot of memes, too, of him screaming and stuff. You could tell he's Italian for sure. So we're going to keep an eye on him and his team and see. He's done incredible things. He's one of the most successful and highly decorated coaches in college, and he's taken teams that were not good at all and took them all the way to win the tournament. It's crazy. So he's got a unique coaching style, successful coaching style, really good coach, and he's in for another 6 years. So let's see what he does with this St. John's team, and we're expecting him to do well. So keep an eye on him. So as you might have heard, Aaron Rodgers has been having problems with the Packers, and it's rumored that he might go to the New York Jets. So New York's already rolling out the red carpet for him. It seems like they're ready to welcome him with open arms. There's this Italian restaurant in New York called Rouse, and they invited him to eat dinner there. And it's a big deal because apparently other quarterbacks have been invited and had very successful careers. And just to name a couple of them, Phil Simms, Joe Montana, and Peyton Manning. So Peyton Manning celebrated his second Super Bowl title at Rouse with Eli. So apparently there's some good luck if you go and eat dinner at Rouse. They're already inviting them, and we'll see. It would kind of be interesting to see Aaron Rodgers on another team for sure. We're Chicago based, so we're not the biggest. I like Aaron Rodgers, but we're not the biggest fans because it's obviously rivals. So we'll see. I wouldn't mind him leaving the Packers and making it a little bit easier on the Bears this year. But look into that for sure too. And we'll see too. Let us know, where do you guys want Aaron Rodgers to go? Do you think he'll go to New York Jets? Do you want him on New York Jets? And keep us posted there. Okay, so now I want to move on from sports, talk a little bit about movies. And the big movie that's coming out now is with Ray Romano and also Sebastian Maniscalco. And it's going to be called Somewhere in Queens. It's crazy. Another movie with Sebastian Maniscalco. I can't believe it. They just announced that he's going to be in another movie like a week or two ago. So we have a couple Sebastian Maniscalco movies coming out. And Ray Romano, too. A lot of Italians love him. He's a comedian, obviously, for years. His show, Everyone Loves Raymond, is awesome. So, and the movies he's been in, too, have been pretty good. Pretty all around good in all his films. So we're excited for this one for sure. So the movie, again, is going to be called Somewhere in Queens. It's a heartfelt comedy drama inspired by his real-life experiences growing up in an Italian-American family in Queens. Romano not only stars in the movie as Anthony, a middle-aged man who returns to his childhood home in Queens to take care of his aging father, but he also wrote and directed the film. So pretty cool. He's going to literally be talking about his life being Italian. Seems like it's going to be one we have to watch, and it's coming out soon. It's set to release in April 21st of 2023. So coming out very soon. Again, we got some pretty popular actors coming in here, and we're looking forward to the film. The film is a tribute to a diverse borough of Queens and all the people who call it home. Whether you're a fan of Romano's previous work or simply enjoy heartfelt comedy, Somewhere in Queens is not to be missed. So guys, April 21st, it is going to be only in theaters to watch. So that'll be cool. If you've been looking for a reason to go to the movie theater since COVID, I don't think I've even gone since COVID. There hasn't been too many movies I've been interested in. This one, it looks like I'm going to have to go out on April 21st and watch. So keep an eye on it. It's coming out very soon, almost a month from today. So less than a month away here. Okay, so before getting into the last topic, I want to promote, guys, we have our Italy slides are back. They're finally back. Okay, so let me explain the story with these Italy Sandals slides really quick. We were not sure how they were ever going to go, and we took a shot last year, and we ordered 500 of these sandals, okay? We put them out there, just did our normal advertising. We didn't even hype them up or anything. We kind of just said, hey, guys, sandals released. The response for these sandals were insane. They were insane. We sold 500 of them in 24 hours. We have never sold 500 of anything in 24 hours, anything other than two things. One, when Italy won the Euro Cup, those shirts sold out. And two, when we did a donation t-shirt for COVID it was our Italy Strong campaign, and we put out a shirt and donated the proceeds towards helping Italian hospitals in Italy. Those were the two times. It's right up there with them. So those were the only two times that we've really sold the high amount like this. We have them back. And the thing is, they sold out in 24 hours last year. So people who just found out they were a thing 2-3 days later and couldn't get them, we must have had so many emails. Hey, when are you getting them back in stock? Hey, when are you getting them back in stock? People were mad they couldn't get their hands on them. Okay. So we only stock them once a season. Okay. So we only stock them in springtime. We stocked 750 of them we have now. And we have a waiting list. There's over 700 people on the waiting list. We have only 750 at the warehouse. They just came in last night. So we're afraid that if we put it out now, people aren't going to have the chance to get them. So we put an official drop time on them, March 31st at 7 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Central time. It's a Friday. That's when they're coming out. So keep in mind, you want to be ready on the drop time, okay? Because 700 people are going to be notified instantly on that time, okay? And there's 750 in stock, and 700 people are already signed up for the email. We're going to put out I'll put out something in the bio that you can click and sign up for the notification too to be involved. But put on your calendars Friday, March 31st, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. If you want a pair of these slides, they're super popular. And I'm telling you, if they sell out in 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it is, you will not have another chance until next year to get them again. So if you want one, I highly recommend being on the drop time. Again, Italy slide sandals. Go check out the reviews. There's tons of good reviews from last year. People love them. I love them. I have them at the house. I mean, you got to have them. You got to have them. So we hope to see you at the drop time, and we hope you buy a pair and support us. Last topic I want to get into, we have no blogs about this on the site currently, but we just did an event. It was a general meeting and a St. Joseph's Day celebration for the JCCIA and the old Italian American neighborhood in Chicago. I just want to give a quick shout out to the organizations of the Chicagoland area, especially the JCCIA. Guys, I've just being a Chicago Italian and going to these organizational events just really makes me proud to be Italian and really encourages that what we're doing here and what you supporters are doing at home is meaningful. People are having events, people are doing things, people are talking about being Italian and the heritage and sticking up for our culture and making sure we're talking to the mayor, potential mayor. Paul Vallis came by and gave a speech in front of all the Italian American organizations at this event. And I just really want to encourage you, if you're not involved with any Italian organizations right now, there's a ton of them in Chicago. And I'm sure there's others in New York and around the country, but a lot of these organizations, you can get involved no matter where you are in the country. Start researching if there's local organizations. I know too, a lot of them have lodges that are around, and participate in these organizational events. They really like seeing young people, especially, come to these events. And we're continuing the culture, the traditions, the heritage, the values. We're just continuing to talk about it, keep it going. And it's just incredible how much these people and these organizations are sticking up for us. You know, the JCCIA, the president, Ron Onesti, has been doing a great job. I mean, he's really into the stereotypes too. He had this whole story about how there was some non-Italian company and they were using forget about it and offer you can't refuse and all this stuff. And they gave him a call and said, hey, you can't just be using these phrases like this and stereotyping us. And I guess the owner that put up these billboards of these advertisements using these terms said, okay, well, we paid for the billboards for 3 weeks, and after 3 weeks, we're going to take it down. And Onesti said, no, if you leave it up for 3 weeks, we're going to be there every day, letting people know in the Italian community that you are not, you're not catering towards Italians and their feelings and, the community. You're just disregarding a complete culture in the city, and they took it down the next day. So just really fantastic things they're doing. They're making sure politically we're involved and in the conversation. I know, especially in Chicago, Lightfoot just did not care. They didn't want to talk to us. Her administration just disregarded us. I mean, it was brutal. So we'll see. Paul Vallis is in the running. He seems to be at least acknowledging us, coming to the events, giving a speech, and talking about how he wants to involve all the cultures. I haven't, to be honest, I'm not a super political guy. And I'm not endorsing anybody. I just wanted to relay to you, get involved with your organizations. It means a lot. Let's keep this going with Italian traditions and culture. I'm telling you, this business to me and what we're doing just really hits home to me. I feel like keeping the spirit and the values alive is keeping the spirit of my grandparents alive who are from Italy. We're practicing what they preach. We're putting it in, this is their legacy. This is your parents. This is your grandparents. Even if you're from Italy, this is our legacy. We have to be continuing conversations about being Italian. We have to be participating in events. We have to be supporting Italian-American businesses. So again, one final time, please get involved. It really means a lot to people, and it means a lot to, our ancestors in Italy and their legacy. Let's keep it going. So guys, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. Please give it a like and subscribe if you want future episodes. We're going to be going over more Italian-American news each week, and we really appreciate your support. Thank you guys again for listening. Have a blessed weekend. Ciao.